You know, Jason, I was wrong, if you can believe that. If you don't set your clock back, you'll be an hour early for church, which means if we don't set our clocks back, we'll be an hour early for work, for a change, maybe.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be unusual? Well, let's get to sports.
Yeah, some guys that showed up on time for work tonight were the West Virginia Mountaineers, and we're happy they did just that. For the West Virginia Mountaineers, tonight's Big East battle in Syracuse against the Orange Men was one in which Don Nehlen's troops could make a big impression in front of the entire nation. Ranked 13th in the country going in, some people still felt the ears hadn't been truly tested this year. Tonight, the final exam, and they passed with flying colors. Don Nehlen going for win number 99 at WVU. Opening drive of the game, the Mountaineers jump on top first. Jake Kelchner rolling left. Look at the block he got right there, and he rolls in from 10 yards out, 7-0 Mountaineers. Later, similar play, different result. Jake rolling right this time. He thinks pass, decides to take it himself, and look at that, takes the pop. Take a look at it again in slow-mo. Watch his right elbow come down on the turf. The same elbow that gave him problems last year. The burst was back in his elbow. He'd have stood out a couple of drives in that game. Studso came in, did a great job, and the Mountaineers win this one 43-0. They're still perfect, 7-0 on the year. It's the first time since 1988 they've gone 7-0. Next Saturday they have Rutgers at home, looking to go to 8-0. On the Big East scoreboard board, Virginia Tech 31, East Carolina 12. Boston College rolls over Tulane 42-14, and Miami dumps Temple big time. We're going to take a look at it right now. Miami's quarterback, Ryan Collins. Look at the fake here. He's going to roll right, gets the defender up in the air, tucks it away, and it dives across for the 5-yard score, giving the Hurricanes a 7-0 lead. Temple kept it close for the first 5 minutes. Lou Lawhorn takes the handoff on the reverse and shakes his way 25 yards into the end zone, and it ties the score at 7. But when you're playing Miami in Miami, it's almost always a losing battle. Collins has plenty of time to spot A.C. Tellison in the end zone for the 21-yard touchdown pass. Miami scored 35 unanswered points to drop the Owls 42-7. Elsewhere, Charlie Ward suffered bruised ribs late in the first half of Florida State. He's questionable for next week's game versus Maryland. And Notre Dame rolls over Navy 58-27. Penn State, Ohio State. Joe Paterno and the Nittany Lions taking on the Buckeyes. It was the Buckeyes taking the first quarter lead when Ramont Harris squeezes through the hole and into the zone for the 4-yard touchdown. 7-3 Ohio State. In the second quarter, State built on that 7-3 score. Second-string quarterback Brett Powers gets the pass away and connects with Joey Galloway. The play covered 25 yards. And the Buckeyes give Penn State a black eye today, 24-6. On the board, top 25 boards. Here we go. Alabama raised its unbeaten streak to 31 games with 40-0 whitewashing of Southern Miss. Colorado loses to Nebraska 21-17. UCLA is on top 7-0. That's in the first quarter right now. I can't see the score, but trust me. Tennessee rolled up 572 total yards in its blasting of South Carolina. Auburn by 10 over Arkansas. More boards for you. Georgia falls to Florida by a touchdown. Texas A&M big over SMU. Kansas State by 2 touchdowns over Oklahoma. Upset. NC State scored twice in the last 10 minutes. Upset Virginia 34-29. And Arizona rolls over Washington 32-17. And Michigan and Wisconsin tonight, following the Badgers' 13-10 win over the Michigan Wolverines, which broke a 9-game losing streak against Michigan. Fans stormed out of the field to celebrate, and in doing so, fans in the student section pushed forward, collapsing the rail fences in front of the stands. Those fans sitting in the front row were trampled by the fans that stormed out of the field. In the process, 50 people were injured. 3 are in critical condition tonight in a Madison hospital.
I mean, it was a win and all. And I never had hit a peak and valley in my entire life like that. Win right now means nothing to me, to be honest with you. It's good for the team and all that. I just want to make sure those people are all right.
Just an ugly scene. That was Joe Panos, the Badgers senior co-captain. In the game today, Brett Moss rushed for 128 yards for Wisconsin. Their win in Indiana shuts out Michigan State 10-0. Moving to the West Virginia Conference, in his 3+ years at the helm of the Glenville State Pioneers, Rich Rodriguez has a win over every conference team except one. And it was that team, the Concord Mountain Lions, who visited Glenville this afternoon, tied with the Pioneers for the conference lead. Pioneers scored 2 quick TDs to go on top 14-0 early in the first quarter. Concord's running game would have to be stopped if Rodriguez was to beat the Mountain Lions for the first time. They didn't stop it here. The big 33-yard pickup. It set up 1st and goal at the 5-yard line for Dale Baker. He'd take care of the rest. He sweeps in from the right side, 14-7. Glenville State still in front. It's a tough day to throw and catch the football, especially when you run the run and shoot like Glenville does. But here in the second quarter, Jed Drenning and Chris George make it look easy. Nice moves by George. Picks him up a quick 33 yards. Look at George, finally forced out of bounds. The drive would stall, but the Glenville D came up big on several occasions today. Baker on the carry will be stripped of the football. Ed Kowchuk would pounce on it. The Pioneers beat Concord for the first time under Rodriguez by a final score of 27-7. West Virginia Conference scoreboard. Shepherd drops Fairmont State in its homecoming game 21-15. West Virginia State drops to 1-8, just 87 yards of total offense for them today. West Liberty by a field goal over Wesleyan, and Marshall over at the Citadel 35-15. Well, it's time to talk hardwood tonight for the first time this year. The West Virginia basketball team officially kicked off its season late last night or early this morning, whichever way you want to look at it. While some of us were on one REM stage or another sleeping last night, the Cagers took to the hardwood. About 2,000 fans on hand to see Gail Catlett, Derek Wittenberg and company. The team held an inter-squad scrimmage where it worked off some of the summertime rust. But most of the entertaining part of the night was the slam dunk contest at the end. First up is Mike Boyd. Boyd throws it down, but the winner, P.G. Green, giving bonus points for his style, the bounce between his legs. Coach Catlett and the players looking forward to the season getting underway.
It's great. It's going to be a very interesting year. Well, I'm really glad the Mountaineers in football are doing great. Beat those Orangemen tomorrow night. But we're going to have a good ball club.
It was hard for us to stay up all night. You wanted to lay down and take a nap for tonight, but you really wasn't sleeping. You had high expectations coming out tonight. So it's really fun, and I'm just glad we got this over with, and tomorrow we can have a regular practice and try to get on track.